When it comes to the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, there's a lot of isolation, a lot of division as projects are building. But there's one project called Nervos that is literally building bridges. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit the subscribe and like on the way in. I appreciate you. I also appreciate Nervos for sponsoring this video. We've been tracking Nervos for a while, and I wanted to do an update video on a lot of updates that they have going on, a lot of things going on with this project. I'm going to put a link in the description of one of the first videos I did on Nervos. It really explains what the project is, what they're getting ready to do, and Nervos has kind of come a long way since even I did that video. So let's start here. This is a nice little snippet on their homepage, kind of just really summing up very simply the basis of what they're doing. Beyond interoperability towards universal application. Early internet applications lived on segregated networks, needing different ways to access and interact. Now, in today's decentralized world, we again see this segregation into different ecosystems with poor interoperability. Segregation within all these ecosystems, and we see it. If you're following along, if you're tracking crypto, everybody's kind of tracking their own crypto, and there's not much opportunity to kind of start bridging the divide between all of these projects. There's not much interoperability. The Nervos network solves this problem by offering a suite of integrated solutions that allow the developer to build universal apps. Imagine that, universal apps, or as Nervos calls it, universal passports in the blockchain world, really, truly bridging the gap, bridging the divide that we see in blockchain. And so this is innovative in my view. So let's start. And I actually want to start here. I saw this tweet, Nervos, and this is from March 23rd. Nervos now fully integrated with Ledger. I thought this might be valuable for anybody that is unaware that this happened. You can now store, send, and receive CKB using the Ledger Nano X and Ledger Nano S wallets. So I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So here's the 2022 roadmap is here. This is from the end of February, just over a month ago, but I really wanted to do a breakdown. It's been kind of 2 to 3 months probably since I did a Nervos video. I wanted to do a breakdown on these protocol updates because they're pretty big, right? So here we go. I'm going to just kind of walk through it, talk through it, and then we can go from there. And we'll talk about what this is, what this means for Nervos, and what is ahead for Nervos. So 2022 roadmap. Now in 2022, the Nervos network is looking to take the platform even further ahead after everything they've done so far, right? New innovations across both the layer 1 and layer 2 chains are in the works right now. Improvements in interoperability and will expand the reach of the Nervos community through additional bridges to new chains and are close to being launched. A couple things here. Number one, Nervos community. The community, I see the community out there. There's probably going to be a bunch of Nervos community people out there watching this video. They have such a strong community. And I think that is kind of, when you see a strong community, usually that's evidence that there's a pretty strong project. And we've seen Nervos building and every step of the way kind of hitting these milestones in terms of the technology, because there's a lot to be built when you're talking about things like cross bridges and interoperability. So the community is strong, and it looks to be getting stronger. And we're going to actually look at why that is shortly later in this article. And then the other thing is just additional bridges to new chains close to being launched, right? I think of the Cardano bridge. But needless to say, new bridges. I open in the intro, building bridges, and because this is what Nervos is doing in a space that really needs it. A technology space that really needs it. That is cryptocurrency. As you'll see in this roadmap, the Nervos network is clearly committed to pushing the boundaries in blockchain technology through these milestones. Layer 1, CKB, common knowledge base. The first CKB major protocol update began development in 2021 and is planned for release on mainnet in early 2022. This will occur after the final audit and coordination within the community has been completed. Lena, the name of the current L1 version, has been serving CKB for over 2 years now. But now we'll step aside to make way for a new hero to be announced. This first protocol update lays the groundwork for a Fly client protocol and CKB Lite client. I thought this was a big update for this reason. The CKB Lite client is a long awaited feature of CKB with the potential to bring the user experience to a whole new level without sacrificing decentralization. How often do we see that in the crypto and blockchain space? It's this challenge. It's a challenge. You want to maintain decentralization with this technology that is being built, right, across different projects and different blockchains. You want to maintain the decentralization, but as projects are trying to release UX upgrades and just make the experience better for users, it's very easy for the decentralization aspect to kind of be forgotten, or what's the word? Sacrificed, as this article says, right? And so the fact that, and I think this is so important for any project that's building, the fact that Nervos is having a focus on UX, user experience, I think means a lot. It's not enough to just build an awesome technology. You need to have a good user experience as well. And that's why I wanted to point this part out. I think it's extremely important that they're working on that and that they're focusing on that as well. Axon, in regards to scalability in layer twos, Axon is a layer two sidechain SDK created by the Nervos network. SDK is simply a software development kit. And software development kit is just that. It's a kit that allows for, to be able to facilitate applications, right? So it's like a toolkit to be able to do these things. So Axon is a layer two sidechain SDK, software development kit. The development of Axon first began in 2020 with Axon Prototype 1, followed by Axon Prototype 2 in 2021. Axon is designed for high throughput applications such as gaming or social networks while maintaining its own data availability layer. So again, I'm going to have a link to this article in the description below so you can read more about this. SMT dApps are able to scale smoothly and are made ready for mass adoption. In 2022, Nervos will identify common patterns and provide even more support and tools for SMT dApps. With the help of SMTs, dApps or layer 2 chains can move their state off-chain while keeping state integrity. SMTs turns purely layer 1 dApps into off-chain dApps between layer 1 and layer 2. Developer-friendly ZK snarks. This is interesting to me specifically, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Zero knowledge, succinct non-interactive argument of knowledge, also known as ZK snarks, is a relatively new form of zero knowledge cryptography that allows one party to prove it possesses specific information without revealing that information to another party. Zero knowledge proof. Nervos will present two new tools for the development of these ZK snarks named VO Proof and VORAM. The reason why it's interesting is I have a client that works with zero knowledge proof, and they've been a client for years in my recruiting firm that I run. And the technology is really cool in regards to its application to cryptocurrency in the blockchain space. So I thought it was interesting, Nervos, using this and working on this. And it's just really interesting stuff that most of it is over my head, but I just think it's cool, especially being that we've been recruiting in this space. So force bridge and cross-chain liquidity, a lot of you know this, right? This is probably your exposure to Nervos probably comes a lot from just the force bridge news and cross-chain news that we've seen over the months for Nervos. Specifically, right off the top of my head, I'm thinking Cardano, right? Cardano Force Bridge, the upcoming Force Bridge. Force Bridge, a cross-chain bridge network that helps users move assets between layer 1 and layer 2 blockchains, plays an integral part in the development of the Nervos platform. It's a huge part of the platform. Now, in 2022, the team will continue to add additional chains through new force bridges that will enable an even more diverse ecosystem of community. So we spoke about community earlier, and I said, I think the community is going to just keep growing, and this is why. These force bridges, the innovation of these force bridges in the blockchain space, right, that we've already identified is just kind of isolated, segmented, segregated. These force bridges are going to bring communities together. And I think Nervos is going to get a lot of attention from other communities. And other communities are going to become fans of Nervos. This key connection with other chains will provide numerous opportunities for new people to utilize their assets within the Nervos ecosystem and at the same time bring even more cross-chain liquidity to the platform. So again, I'll put a link in the description. There's even more, but these are some things that stood out. If you want to read more about it, link is below. I saw this tweet. This is someone on Twitter, Tony Barnaby. Right as I was getting ready to do the video on Twitter, I was kind of searching around Nervos, and this just stuck out to me. Think of CKB like Cardano a few years ago. UTXO Alliance plus Cardano Force Bridge coming soon, and I know we have a huge Cardano audience out there, so this is just a nice example for me to even think about, let alone talk about in a YouTube video. Something like a Cardano Force Bridge coming soon. And it's also a good illustration of how it's bringing communities together. And so this tweet kind of highlighted that nicely. And if we look at how early stage I think Nervos is and how much upside they have and how much growth I think they have in store as all of these things are getting released on their roadmap and they're hitting these milestones, we go to the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. What I want to point out on the top 100 on coinmarketcap.com is that Nervos is not on it. Nervos is not even in the top 100. So that says a lot. That says a lot because I think the project is a really cool project. They're obviously building real things. And it seems like they're kind of at their beginnings here. And so Nervos, if you go, ranked 161 on CoinMarketCap. So I think this is just a nice visual, nice illustration, $391 million market cap of how early in the game the project is. And it's going to be extremely fun watching them grow. And it's been cool having them on board as a sponsor with Crypto Capital Venture. So let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what they continue to do, what they continue to build. I appreciate them for sponsoring this video. I appreciate all of you watching. Hit the like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this project Nervos and what they're doing in terms of building bridges in the cryptocurrency space? Have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.